everybody, welcome back. It's Monday. You know what time it is. It's tea time. This week in my collection, H2O, Part 3. I've done a couple other episodes on H2O already, and if you haven't learned by now, they are one of my favorite hardcore punk bands, and I have a lot of H2O gear. I told you it's going to take multiple episodes, and this is still just another layer in the cake. So this week I got a couple of anniversary shirts and some other cool mail order stuff that I'm going to get into. In 2015, H2O were celebrating their 20th anniversary. They were doing so by having 3 shows, 3 nights in a row at St. Vitus in Brooklyn. And my buddy Aaron, my partner in crime, my road trip buddy, we headed up to New York to stay with my friend Noel, and we went to all 3 of their shows. The cool thing about the show is they were performing 2 albums a night, each night for the anniversary to get through all the albums. And you didn't know which albums you were going to get each night, so it was really, really cool. I picked up a couple of shirts at that show. This first one I think is pretty cool. It's the H2O varsity logo with camouflage in it on the front, and then on the back it's got the anniversary dates inside the X's with the camo in there. And then on the sleeve, you got a cool little 20th anniversary logo in camo. This other one I got at the show is really cool as well. The H2O logo and the CBGB's font for the anniversary. And then on the back, a list of all the venues in New York that they've played at over the years. And this shirt's pretty cool because it's got that discharge printing on it where it blows the dye out of the shirt to make the image on it. So it's a very nice soft hand. I know I've talked about this kind of stuff before, but shirts like this they have a soft spot in my heart. These shows were a lot of fun. I met a lot of people from a lot of different countries at those shows as well. One of the nights they were doing H2O 20th anniversary tattoos for $20 with Luke Westman and the guys down at the Worcester Social Club. And I went and got in line and got one. And while I was doing it, a bunch of people were crowding around the table. Rusty from H2O and Toby were there. All the guys were there. And I remember Rusty was coming over talking to me. And some of the guys had noticed my H2O tattoo on my leg. And then they were all crowding around taking pictures. And I was like, well, I have a huge back piece. And I put that, I said, check that out. And they all went absolutely nuts checking that stuff out. It was a lot of fun. I felt like a celebrity for like a half a minute. When I got the tattoo, we went back to Brooklyn for the show later that night. And I had it wrapped up, and I ended up meeting a couple from Germany that flew in for the shows as well. And they were excited that I got the tattoo, but they were bummed out because they were in line as well. But right when it was about their turn, they had to shut the line down to get everybody done and sent over to get back to the show. They were a really cool couple, and I hung out with them for a good while throughout the evening. Another cool thing about that show is they added an extra show, an all-ages matinee show on a Sunday, which was the day we were supposed to leave to come home. But we talked ourselves into staying. We're like, we can leave a few hours later. We're still driving home, no big deal. Because they booked that show with Kill Your Idols, and I have not got to see them forever, and they got back together just to come play this show and celebrate H2O's anniversary. Plus, my friend Tara, that saved us a couple of times when we went to New York and gave us a place to stay. She had since moved to Florida. She called us and asked if we were going to the show. And she flew back up from Florida just for that show, and we got to hang out with her as well. I remember during the Kill Your Idols show, I asked Rusty if I could stand on stage. It was cool. Somewhere in the middle of the set, Toby looked over and introduced me to the crowd because I've been going to see them for so long. They know who I am. We've become good acquaintances. And he introduced me to the crowd, let me pick the next song for them to start into. And I couldn't have had a better time. It was incredibly awesome. With that said, let me get back to the t-shirts because I've got tons of stories. I picked up this shirt from the Bridge 9 website. This one's really cool. It's a great homage to the Bad Brains with the mock of the band in DC cover on the front. And then on the back, a very cool thank you to Bad Brains for helping spread the PMA over the years. This next one my wife got for me from Bridge 9. She got this one for me for Christmas or a birthday present, I'm not really sure. Just a cool eagle with the H2O logo and the NYHC on it. I've just got one more for this week because I can go on forever. H2O did an anniversary release for their first 4-song demo, and they put out the cassette. They re-released it on cassette, and when they did that, of course, they had the t-shirt to go with it. And I got this one. Just on the pocket, it's got the H2O varsity logo with the demo, the 1995 demo written under the banner. And And then on the back, it's got a classic live shot of the guys and a quote from one of the songs from the demo. What was also cool about the demo is they had the original version of the song The Mask, which was a hidden track at the end of Thicker Than Water. Did it kind of like a doo-woppy Sinatra kind of thing on the Thicker Than Water album. But it was really good to hear the way the song was originally intended. If you've never heard H2O, go check them out. I'll put links in the description so you can go find their stuff. These guys, again, are one of my favorites. New York hardcore, punk rock. They're more of a melodic hardcore. When I first heard them back in the 90s, I always thought they were great because they reminded me, I could hear that DC influence. You can hear like the Dag Nasty, you can hear the DC band influences as well as the New York hardcore. So that's going to do it for this part of the H2O collection for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week with another one. Until then, take it easy.
I don't care what you say.